When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
Take me up!
We got ourselves a night alert.
She wants it! Flash attack!
Be silent. Close your eyes. Be silent.
Hold on to your hats. Cleanup sequence initiated.
Yes.
Installation. Ding dong!
Deflect.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up.
Here you are.
Cleanup sequence in this.
Quicker.
Hey Mirak, how are you doing? So yeah, today we have some news about Durin. And Durin got some pretty juicy upgrades actually, updates. So yeah. And he now can work with Kinich. And that's actually pretty cool. The only problem is Kinich is still to be honest, Kinich maybe is the second character, which is maybe one of the characters, let's say, which I have, but I haven't used him so much so far. Because he's not bad when it comes to damage, but you know what? He doesn't have so crazy supportive characters. I mean, 4 stars, not a 5-star. That Emily is crazy, but he is extremely vulnerable to the hits. It's a little bit difficult to dodge with him. Yeah. Maybe I had, most likely it's a skill issue, but when it comes to the damage, Molani is actually, if you compare with him, Molani is way better. For real. But again, it is what it is. I hope, Durin can. By the way, Durin can also buff that burning stuff, which is actually cool, not bad. No, why not? Durin with Kinich, yes, Durin with Kinich. Durin is going to be not with Kinich, or with, let's say like that. It will buff burning damage as well. So yeah, that's going to be actually pretty cool. And yeah, we're not so far away. Actually, we're far away, to be honest. It's like, how much? Like 8 days. Oh, it's only 8 days left. Okay, 8 days plus, like, it's like 30 days left. Like a month. Because, as you know, 6.2 will be live on December 3rd. So yeah, it's exactly a month. Until 6.2. But yeah, we're going to get some like 6.3 special program. Columbina is going to be like, we will get Columbina's leak at that, but by that time. So yeah, like it's going to be like yeah, I'm a little bit hyped about 6.2 because you know why? To be honest, like yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that Nefer. Never say Nefer, because to be honest, she's not like Flins in case of damage and in case of usability is way more better than Nefer. I tested Nefer again a couple times, but yeah, again, like I'm actually like still on my, I'm still okay, like, because like going for Nefer, she's not bad again, but again, you know why is that? Because all of the enemies, especially that Frost Knight, is like kind of made for Nefer, you know? So yeah, next patches, we'll see how she's going to be. A month, like 8 days for doing, no, not 8 days, so yeah, it's going to be like 30 days. Because like we will get like second phase. Second phase is going to be Arlecchino and Zhongli, and you know what? I would say going for Arlecchino even now,
by your side.
even though she was released in at the end of the Fontaine, it's a long time ago, it's actually not a bad idea. Because you definitely, why Durin is so great? The main reason why Durin is so great, as you know, like he has like 2 different game modes. Dark mode, like they say, it's support, like it's DPS mode, and white mode, which is actually support mode. So yeah, when he is on dark mode, he can increase vaporize and melt damage for its own by 40%, which is actually not a bad buff, you know. When it comes to white mode, which is support mode, he can be supportive character for reaction other than vape and melt. It means all of the dendropyro related, like burning, like overloaded, like pure pyro damage, he might be useful in those teams. He also can be used in double geo, because he is a Hexen Circle. You can add Albedo if you have him, you know. So yeah, like we definitely will get some like pretty good teams, not gonna lie. Okay, I need to. By the way, like we got that Imaginarium Theater. It was actually Durin better than support sub DPS Mavuika. Oh no, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't. Let's say like that. Oh, DPS Mavuika. Oh, you mean like actually yes. Why is that? It's because Mavuika is actually considered to be not a supportive character but DPS. You just can use her as a supportive character, but Durin has a like dedicated supportive mod, you know, so it's completely different. Just imagine you have a mod like he is intended to be as a supportive character, you know. Oh, I missed that. Okay, let's grab it. So because of that, what is that? Something new? I never. Use tenacity on her or Cinder Cities and she is a support. Yes, you again, like you can do that. Like I don't want to say that you can't. Yes, you can use tenacity, you can use Cinder City, you can use instructor set, you can use like yeah, you actually can use Deepwood set if you use like with Dendro, you know, like let's say like that. If you use with Kinich, you can give like, yeah, it's like a crazy variety of artifact sets. That is true. Like you can use that, but again, she is not a supportive. She like her main role on the team, it's like a DPS. Again, I don't want to say about like double DPS teams like with Moalani, which is actually like crazy, because on that teams it's like, it depends on an enemy, mostly on an enemies. Oh, but yeah, when it comes to Durin, he's going to be good. Why? At first place, he is Hexenzirkel, which is actually pretty good, because we will get, as you know, like in 6.2, oh my god, in 6.2 we're going to get Hexenzirkel buff, and yeah, that buff will, yeah, like some of the characters which we have at the moment will be buffed. And most, let's say the most actually, like the good characters, like Albedo will get like pretty good buff. Mona is actually not bad, but yeah, like gameplay, Mona's gameplay will change a little bit, because at the moment you use Mona's skill, Mona's burst, and that's it. When she gets that Hexenzirkel buff, you need to do a couple normal attacks to activate all of the updates she gets, and also she can buff, give you elemental mastery as well, which is actually not bad now. So it's like actually easy, not so difficult. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be like her skill, then couple normal attacks, then her burst, and after that, yeah. By the way, that buff increased by a lot. I mean, like her overall supportive buff to the team increased by a lot. Also Albedo is not now going to be like pretty good. As you know, like I switched my constellation to Albedo. I don't know if I did right move, but yeah, as you know, like this thingy, like this event is going to be resetted in a couple weeks. So yeah, in like, let's say like that. At the moment it's a 4 weeks or something, you know. After 4 weeks, let's say like that, within 6.2 new version, they will renew this one, so you can again like do 8 weeks and get another constellation. Unfortunately, as you know, like you cannot get the same constellation again, so you need to choose another characters, but most likely they will add more characters to the roster. I hope so, at least, because at the moment, like, yeah, it's kind of like okay, but it's not crazy. Or even Noblesse, you got scammed with Albedo. It's like, no, I'm okay, not like that, but yeah.
Observe.
These enemies are super annoying, because like, why they have consistent aura.
Fear the dark.
Yeah, no damage whatsoever.
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol.
Be silent. Close your eyes.
Swirl, maybe. Oh yeah, swirl helps
dark.
actually. Yeah.
Steady now. Observe. Fear the dark.
Yeah, swirl helps a bit, but again, since it's not consistent, like, yeah, I lost it immediately.
Perhaps these treasures might be of utility to you on your journey. Please.
Oh yeah, I can use it in like Stygian Onslaught as well.
I insist.
Okay, let's heal that dirt. And yeah, Imaginarium Theater, by the way. America, yeah. It's like the half res to the element you need to break the shield, like... Oh, yeah, it's a little bit like... Oh my god, he just converts. Yeah, about Stygian Imaginarium Theater. It wasn't so difficult. It was actually like... Let's say... To me, it was a little bit easier than previous one. The only stage which actually was a little bit difficult was that Archon. It's Archon stage, right? Just a second. Let me just. Yeah, let me just. Oh yeah, I can check. Why did I do that? Okay. Arcana stage, yeah, Arcana stage. And by the way, I'm pretty unlucky with that, with those Arcanas. I don't know how to call them, like, yeah, these badges or something, because I got the high priest priestess, but yeah, it was between like two different, like, yeah, and previous ones the star, because another one was the lowers, you know. So yeah, that was like this one, and the lowers were that, yeah, this one on previous one, and like priestess, and so priestess, because like, yeah, it's kind of like looks like a Nefer, you know, something like that. It's not it, but it is like pretty cool. And I don't remember like the, like, which was the, it was just a second. Oh, Wheels of Fortune. So yeah, the second one was this one. I didn't like it too much, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's do a couple Nod-Krai stuff. Oh, Nod-Krai, I mean like Stygian. I hope Columbina can heal. Columbina can heal, I don't know. I don't believe in that. In my opinion, I think Columbina will get some, as I know, like, you know what I remember, like, if you pass off of the stories, if I'm not mistaken, she will get some shield, because in one of the, I maybe will do the video about that, because like on one of the stories, he just like adds a shield to the traveler, you know, she like somehow added the shield to the traveler, and it was actually like in, if I'm not mistaken, that was act first or second, something like, so yeah, it was like on a previous version, just imagine 6.0. So yeah, she added a shield to Traveler. So maybe she will get some shield abilities, you know? It's possible. I don't think they will give her healing abilities. You know why? Because yeah, and it would be nice if her shield will scale out of HP. That would be crazy actually. But it's possible. There's some shielding stuff. You know why? Because at the moment we don't have so many Nod-Krai shielders. We have, and we need that shielder. Why? Because of Durin. Because if she can be some Durin supportive character, the only problem with Durin is a great supportive character, but again, we need some shielder. That's why Toma was pretty evil. You know why? Toma applies a shield, and also his shield actually pretty good, not a bad shield. And also, Toma has that pretty good dedicated pyro attacks, you know. Hey Lucas, how are you doing? Yeah, you did well, seriously, thanks to you, ineffa. Oh yeah, for real, you're welcome, you're welcome. I placed like ineffa all of the characters immediately, you know, like I didn't start it like the same day, if I'm not mistaken, but I placed it, you're welcome, you're welcome. Alright, so yeah, let's do what? Let's try to do this one. By the way, I changed the teams. So yeah, I'm able to clear like diary mode this one with Arlecchino. I use like this team. Arlecchino. Just a second, let me remind. It wasn't so difficult. I changed my Arlecchino build a little bit. So yeah, just let me find my Arlecchino. Like I'm struggle like, so yeah, it was Arlecchino, Bennett, Citlali, and who was that? It was Shilonen, if I'm not mistaken, right? Official? I forgot that. No, it wasn't Shalona. I forgot, but anyway, like yeah, I'm able to clear like diary mode. This one is a little bit difficult to be honest, because his HP is increased by a lot. Like it's about 3.5 when it's like fearless mode, and 8 point something when it's like diary mode. By the way, you most likely saw that Sijuin Jin stuff, you know, when you fight against this Fatui operative. By the way, like Frost, you can actually like you can actually, yes, use like pretty like weird team with like Traveler and like Jean, by the way, and you can clear it in diary mode. It's possible. I will do that. Maybe I will do the video. Right now it's 10:80 like 8 p.m. where like I leave, so 1 hour ahead. Like I was during summer is over now, like meaning you streaming is more early now. No, it's just, oh yeah, I got it. So yeah, let's say like that. You know why, Lucas? Like in our country we cancel that time shifting, to be honest, like a long time ago. It's about like 7 or 8 years. It's really convenient, to be honest, you know, like that time shifting, it's actually not so good for our region. You know why? Because let's say like that, like time difference between getting dark and light, it's not so huge. It's about like 30 minutes, something like that, you know. So yeah, you don't get you don't benefit from that so much. It's mostly for the countries like which is actually a little bit higher from like if you compare with us. So because of that, we canceled that a long time ago. Yes, that wasn't the reason though. The reason was Formula 1 Grand Prix. Oh my god, that's terrible actually. That was a crazy story. You know why? Because as you know, like we have a Formula 1 Grand Prix for 10 or 9 years, something like that. So the point is, when we started, it's actually a pretty like huge contract with Formula 1 F1. So yeah, first year was with that like time shifting stuff. After that, like our government decided to cancel it, and the reason was kind of, as I said, like it's not convenience, like etc., something like that. But the main reason was that Formula 1 Grand Prix. That's crazy, actually. So yeah. Have you tried the Jean third boss fight that is trending? Jean can defeat the photo. Yes, I haven't, but I will do that. So yeah, what you can do, actually we can try it. Just a second. I tried different stuff, but we can do it. What you need to do, it's actually like, yeah, I don't have Sigewin though, because let's say like that, to do it like let's say if you have Sigewin, you can use this team, which is like I know that Yoni has Sigewin. So yeah, what you can do, you can use Geo Traveler because of the pillar he creates. You can use you need to use Jean. Where's my Jean? Come on. Oh my god. I'm kind of like don't see the characters. I don't know why. Oh my god. Oh yeah, my Jin is like no. No my. Just a second. Let me find my Jin real quick. She's 81 or something. Am I tripping? I don't see her. I didn't know that because of like F1 race in Azerbaijan times like skip. Yeah, like it's because of that. Let's say like that. Like no one says about that, but I know, like everyone knows the reason. You know, that's crazy actually. Oh my god, that was terrible actually. And the point is, where is my Jinzo? Huh? She should be level. What? Maybe I use her in the team. Oh yeah, maybe. No, I did. Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry guys. That's anyway. Why is that? Okay, so yeah, you need to use like Jin, you need to use Sucrose, and you need to use Sigewin. Why is that? When you use Sigewin skill to bubble that enemy, then you use Jin to like use her skill. After that, you use Sucrose to destroy that, to like kind of like put her down, that enemy. But yeah, let's try this one. Hey Pikmin, how are you doing? Jin is by Shalon. Jin is by Shalon. What? No, I just like want to do like other stuff. Cortex, I finally got also. Oh, congrats! By the way, Bigman, congrats! I noticed that. To be honest, I wanted to write you in the chat, but then decided, that's okay. Like we will, like I will do that stream, and you if you can join. So yeah, congrats with that. So the 6 star. But you got Nefer. If I'm not mistaken, most likely you used Nefer on one of the stages. Congrats! That's crazy. Is that your first full clear? So what you can do like this stuff. You just place the pillar.
Please appreciate.
Oh no, not like that. Just a second, not like that.
Please
Terra
appreciate
smash!
my sincere- Forgive my prior
My bad.
inconsideration.
You need to hit that her skill. Just a second. To be honest, I do that the first time, so yeah.
Please appreciate my sincerity.
So you need to do something like that.
Forgive my prior inconsideration.
Okay. The point is, if I'm not mistaken, you need to do it right after you got the heal or something. But let's do a couple times and
Yeah.
okay, like I'm not going to spend your time, but yeah, it's something like that. You can like just do it like by that, and you can clear that shield immediately. You know. You also, what I did try though, I did try the same stuff with Traveler, but yeah, as you know, like
Terra smash!
when you are like something like, you see, like she cannot get the shield. Unfortunately, to lift her up, you need Sijun. Without Sijun, it's impossible. I tried other characters, you know, Dahlia, for example. As you know, Dahlia can do some damage, or like, yeah, but Dahlia didn't help me. So yeah, not other. I tried Electrocharge, because as you know, this enemy is like, can be Electrocharge, and I tried Kazuha. None of them helped me a lot. So yeah, only Sijun is okay. I've done full clear before also. I used like your recommended teams, but indeed, did use Nefer in second half. I don't remember like who. Oh yeah, like no problem. Like, because you know why? When getting like that Nefer, you definitely, it's better to use her. Not gonna lie, because you know, like, why did you then like go wished for Nefer? No problem, Lucas. I will do the video about that. You tell me like Jean and like Traveler, because actually it's a pretty good approach. Not gonna lie. Also, like if you have Sijun, guys, if any of you have that Sijun is actually, yes, she can. By the way, you know what? Sijun can be useful not only against that operative, but also against that Lightkeeper. That's crazy, actually. You can use Sijun the same approach against like this enemy as well, because as you know, like Jean can lift this one as well, but Sijun help you a lot. So you use Sijun skill, you kind of like bubble it up, and after that use Jean. Yes, it's a little bit you know, like you need to try a couple times, because operative is more easier than this one. But again, it's possible. And by the way, I changed my team. Like, if you remember, I used to use like Bennett with Nahida, you know. But yeah, Bennett Nahida wasn't so great. It's a little bit difficult. But this Ayaka team actually was way better, because Ayaka can clear that, like feel that bar extremely fast. Yes, I changed my build a little bit. Like, yeah, I went into this emblem set because it gives 20 energy recharge, and also like, yeah, you need a lot of energy.
A blade embraces
And it's better to use Favonius one. You don't need her DPS so much, because mostly it's about to fill that bar, and that's it. After that, since it gets consistent cryo, you actually get melt. So yeah, it's like, it's a good enemy actually, to be honest. I can do a little bit faster, I think, but we'll see. I had no idea Nefer was so good with the enemies who recover HP if you don't get. Oh yeah, that's true. So, yeah, like that's the point. Nefer is actually good against like this Lightkeeper. Nefer is also good against this enemy. Oh, you can, I think, use. No, it's like against operative. It might be a little bit difficult. You know what the point is? Actually, like if you know, like I show you guys, I use the same team, like Flint's team against this one. I was able to clear this one, and I was able to clear this one as well. So actually Flins can be used against all of these 3 enemies. Like, yeah, it's fearless mode, just keep that in mind. In diary mode, you need some constellations, like to clear all of them with the same team. But Nefer definitely can be used against Lightkeeper and against this Frost Knight. So yeah, and yes, she is good when it comes to like wild hunts. That is true. She made against wild hunts, you know? That Nefer is made for wild hunts. And congrats, and if I'm not mistaken, your build like is actually pretty good as well. Just a second, let me check that. If you don't mind, I can check it, huh? If it's open, yeah. 600 EM, yeah, you can do better, I think. Again, it depends, you know why. But yeah, your ratio is good. Plus 30, that's crazy. What about the weapon? Nice, nice, nice. It's kind of like, yeah, as you know, like if you get that elemental mastery buff, actually this weapon, in terms of damage, it's better than her signature. Just keep that in mind, by a couple % better, just imagine. So yeah, if you get that EM buff, unfortunately it's only 10 seconds, so it's kind of like okay if you get consistent Verdant Dews, because you can fully utilize that for 480 elemental mastery within all of her like rotation. But yeah, like other buffs, unfortunately it's not so useful. And you most likely use elemental mastery, right? EM and EM. Yeah, that is true. Good pieces, by the way. Nice, nice, congrats. Kind of like yeah, she doesn't need energy recharge so much, but yeah, double. Nice, congrats, congrats. All right, let's do like a couple of this.
The light will never die!
Absorption test.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Night falls. Observe.
I stand against the long night and curse the darkness!
Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
Strike them down!
Close your eyes. Night falls.
Insulation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Fear the dark. Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Cleanup sequence.
Be silent.
It's actually faster than I did. No, it's 60 seconds again, but yeah, that's alright. I mean, like, yeah, it's my, like, 228, it's my best what I can do. By the way, that weapon on my Nefer is there until I get better one. Oh, okay, I got it. Let's say like that. To be honest, the better one is, you know which one? It's that Frost Knight. You can get out of, like... just a second, let me show you. Oh, by the way, I switch artifacts to this one because I haven't had so much luck when it comes to Arlecchino's artifacts. Maybe I will be... my god, that's the... okay. HP crit damage now, it's not okay. So yeah, just as let me show you, like, which weapon is actually good for Nefer. Like, the best weapon is her signature at first place. Second best weapon is Lauma's signature. And third best weapon is actually 4-star weapon. You know which one? It's a gacha weapon again. So if you can get, by the way, this one. This weapon is actually pretty good. Dawning Frost, my bad, not Frost Knight. Dawning Frost. At R5, it's actually... it's right after Nefer's signature. At R1, it's actually better than Widzif. Just keep that in mind. This weapon is more consistent because you, like this passive just made for Nefer. You see that? For 10 seconds after charge attack, you do charge attacks, hits an opponent, elemental mass is increased by 72. For 10 seconds after elemental skill hits, and you do that. You use your skill, after that do charge attack. So you get 120 EM for full rotation for 10 seconds. But it's consistent. When it comes to, you know what's the problem with Widzif? The problem with Widzif, yes, if you get the buff, it's crazy. But if you don't, you actually like low on damage. Because if you don't get buff, even that craftable weapon is better than Widzif. Just imagine, you know? That's a problem. But if you get that Frost Knight, I got that Downing Frost, my bad. I got this weapon. It's actually not bad. I will keep it for future because no matter what, yeah, maybe I will skip charge attack. But if you do, because charge attack is not so difficult to do with any characters, in 10 seconds it's actually okay, it's acceptable. But this weapon is good. And maybe you will be lucky and get her signature. Her signature is just crazy. You know why? Because her signature gives you ton of elemental mastery and up to 124 crit damage. Just crazy actually. This weapon for Nefer is just like insanely crazy. Just keep that in mind. This one gives you like all of the buff because you see that it gives additional like crit damage is increased by 24. On top of that 80 like she gets. And also don't forget about this one. So yeah, when boss, like yeah, it's increased by, will be increased, result of boss will be increased by 50. That's crazy. And also it gives some crit rate. Crazy weapon. I wish you best of luck if you want to go for that weapon. I've got a many different 4-star already on that banner, but like no, oh, for real, that's, I'm probably getting her signature before, for real. Let's say like that. To be honest, Pikmin, not gonna lie, getting her signature, if you like Nefer's gameplay, if you like Nefer, going for like getting her weapon, signature weapon, is way more better, you know? Yeah, I wish you best of luck with that weapon. But again, just keep that in mind. Like first one, like R1 is her signature, R1 Lauma's weapon, R5 Downing Frost. After that, let's say like that. After that, we get like different weapons. You know why? We have Nahida's weapon, which is not bad. We also have Citlali's weapon, by the way. Citlali's weapon is also not bad. Citlali's weapon gives you EM buff because of her shield, and her shield scales on EM, I mean Citlali. So because of that you can use, even though when you're under the shield it gives 28 damage bonus, which is actually not so useful for Nefer. This weapon is actually not bad. Also you can use, we have another weapon, EM weapon. Oh yeah, it's like Mizuki's signature weapon. You know, like Mizuki's signature weapon, Citlali's signature weapon, like yeah, they're actually pretty good. So you can use them. But again, we don't know when we're going to get them. At the moment, it's Nefer's weapon. And if you get used to like that Nefer's moveset, I mean like mechanic, then why not? That weapon is definitely the best one. And just imagine, like, it gives you ton amount of elemental mastery and also like 124 crit damage for 10 seconds. That's insanely crazy buff, not gonna lie. Just broken weapon. Yeah, let's say like that. If you compare with like Flint's weapon, it's way better. Flint's weapon, yes, it's also pretty useful, but Nefer's weapon is just like insanely crazy. Alright, so yeah, let's do what? Let's create... And you know, like what, if you ask me, it's always like that. When you want to get something from gacha game, it always gives you something wrong. Yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. Can you rewind, like, can you check what, like, unfortunately, like this Imaginarum city doesn't give you enough stats. That's a problem. And also, like, you know why? For example, when it comes to like when it comes to like in Wuthering Waves, we have a as you know, like Tower of Adversity, and if you clear the stages, you can see the characters you used, which is actually extremely cool. In if I'm not mistaken, in Spoiler Base, you cannot do that. You can actually, like, yeah, if you clear that, you just clear. That's it. It's just a clear. You can also see, or you can only see in Stygian Onslaught now. Performances doesn't, or does it? No, it doesn't. You see that? It gives you just only like the character you used, like in general, all of the characters, and that's it. And yes, if you completed like the Arcana, like first and second Arcana, that's it. So yeah, if you want me, by the way, to change the like supportive cast, I can do it, because what's that? Supporting cast. So yeah, I placed like these characters because I saw like it's the best characters to use. So yeah, let's say like that. First, like it's a Nod-Krai characters, and yes, if you want to use like furina, unfortunately my furina is like on completely different set. I recently changed that because of like, yeah, you know why is that? What I did, actually that set, as you know, like this set works like that. You can use that set, it's kind of like Deepwood set. You can use that set on any character if your team has at least 2 Nod-Krai characters. At least 1 Nod-Krai characters, it's also helpful. Why is that? Because it gives you an EM buff. So it doesn't matter if you use like on Fontaine character, like on any, or like Fatui or like Harbinger, etc., something like that, whatever. Because when dealing elemental damage, which is actually she does, definitely, when you use her skill, you get the buff. And the buff is like, yeah, if you are in Nascent Gleam, it gives you 60. If in Ascendant Gleam, it's like 120. And by the way, we can check that. Let me show you guys. But if you use that set without any Nod-Krai characters, you get nothing. Just keep that in mind, because it's not so useful. Why it might be useful? Because 2-piece gives you energy recharge. You know? So yeah, it's kind of like useful. Just a second. Okay, let me go the same team I used. So it's like that. It's Furina, Sucrose, and Flins.
I knew you.
So let's say like that. If you need energy recharge, you can actually use like 2-piece of this one and 2-piece emblem. You know, it's actually pretty useful. What's the best 5-star weapon in flexibility? You mean like a flexible weapon, 5-star weapon? It depends on the type in first place, but if you ask me which one is better like among all of the types, let me say that. So yeah, when it comes to polar, we have like 2 polars, which one of them is Staff of Homa, another one is Cynos signature weapon. So it's 2 flexible weapons. Actually, I would say it's the best weapons in the game. If I'm not mistaken, we don't have any other. Yes, Raiden's weapon is also pretty good, but when it comes to flexibility, it's Staff of Homa and Cynos weapon. When it comes to swords, I would say is Jade Cutter, definitely. Miss Splitter is good buff. This one is actually not bad, you know, because it can be used on any character and you can get that stuff, you know, without anything, because it doesn't have some conditions. It's just like, yeah, it gives you normal and charge and plunging attack damage, you know, and like cooldown is pretty high, 20 seconds, but it's okay, you know. Let's say like that. For Alikino is good because she does normal attacks, you know. For plunging characters, this might be good. This one is also not bad, but in this case, you need to use burst on the wielder. So yeah, it's kind of like condition. Jade Cutter is good DPS for literally any character because it increases HP and also gives you attack out of that HP, you know, based off max HP. That's crazy. When it comes to bows, it's Elegy, I would say, the best weapon in the game. I don't have that weapon. That weapon is just crazy because it gives you EM buff. When it comes to Claymores, like, you know, when it comes to Claymores, actually, like, this weapon is good because it's definitely give you like this buff, but if you are from Natlan, like, yeah, it's actually not Natlan. It's like additional when the equipment character is like in Night Soul Blessing. Yeah, you need to be a Natlan character, you know, like Claymore Natlan to give like additional buff. But it definitely gives you this stuff, which is actually not bad. 20 crit damage and 28 attack, and also like it has like highest base attack possible and crit rate. So it can be useful on many characters. And when it comes to you know, like actually like Catalyst, it's difficult question because we have a ton of Catalyst. Or about the Catalyst, I don't know. It's a little bit difficult question. Nahida Catalyst is not bad. Oh yeah, and also, you know, like when it comes to polearm, it's like, I forgot about like Escoffier's polearm. Even though it cannot be used on a lot of characters, it actually can be used on key characters, which is Chevreuse and which is Janssen. And because of that, that polearm is extremely useful. Because you can say that she is a great supportive buffer because she gives you rash shredding. Chevreuse is a buffer as well, and that weapon, I mean her signature, like gives you that buff when you heal the character, you know. So because of that, you can proc that weapon. And by the way, it doesn't depend on anything. As you know, that Fatu Operative has a shield, and that shield doesn't allow you to use Favonius weapons, sacrificial weapons, some kind of attacks. It actually doesn't proc. Weapon don't proc at all, but this weapon, like her weapon, works actually pretty good. So that's a crazy weapon as well. Again, when it comes to Catalyst, I don't know. I know that Nahida's weapon is not bad, pretty flexible. So yeah, that's it. Like we have like couple. When it comes to like, yeah, I would suggest like maybe like when it comes to polars, but again, all of the latest weapons, mostly, they made for wielders. Let's say like Flint's signature weapon. You can use signature weapon on other characters, but it's not so useful. Or for example, Arlecchino's signature weapon is the same. Yes, you can use this weapon on Flins, but you will lose some like damage, you know? Like, yeah, this passive is actually not so useful. By the way, I did the test on Flins. He can do damage, but it's because of Flins. It's not because of weapon. This weapon mostly for Arlecchino. It's like, and the same thing applies to all of the like latest weapons, like Nefer's weapon, for example. You know. Was lunar mode hard for you? Like, I'm trying it out once. I have like enough characters requirement. Oh, let's say like that, Pikman. If you say me like Imaginem Sira lunar, first one, like which was like the last month, was a little bit difficult. This one was easy. You know why? Because last one was about the Geo. I haven't had enough characters, but this one was easy enough. To be honest, it wasn't so difficult. You're the master of Genshin, cause how do you know all this? Oh, about that, yeah, I played the game a lot, thank you very much. Not the master, actually. To be honest, I missed something, because if you go so deep, you need to spend all of your time to the game, like on this game. It's actually crazy. I try to read as much as possible, but I don't want to overdo that, you know? But yeah, you're welcome, you're always welcome. But to be honest, like, you know, like some of the weapons are so crazy, like it's kind of like, yeah, you cannot miss them, you know. And that's Escoffier's weapon is really cool. And why is that? As you know, like when you play skirk gets pretty good amount of damage out of signature weapon, which is like, yeah, no, in this case it's crit damage, like mostly from furina and like other stuff, but she needs attack. Unfortunately for her, attack is not enough. Because of that, using Escoffier with her signature is crazy. By the way, we have couple 4-star weapons, which is actually also pretty good. That Downing Frost is not bad at all. We also have couple swords, which is actually Xiphos is one of them. If you ask me which weapon you should go, definitely at least get one copy of them, it's Xiphos. Not gonna lie, this weapon, and by the way, if you have only couple copies, I wouldn't suggest you to refine it. For me, I have 2 copies. You see that? Both of them level 90, and I keep them because this weapon is actually crazy. Yes, if you refine it, it's okay, but maybe I wouldn't suggest you to do that. Because this weapon, like, it's gacha weapon, but it's like, yeah, it gives you energy recharge. In some cases, it's so extremely useful. It's extremely useful. Also, we have like 5-star Claymore. It's the same type, but a Claymore, which gives you attack buff. By the way, this weapon might be good for if you have enough energy recharge for Aino. Because in that case, Aino can give you some attack buff. You know, because, yeah. This type of sumer weapons actually pretty good. Alright, so yeah, let's do couple maybe. Yeah, maybe of this. But yeah, let's say like that. Lunar Imaginarium City at the moment, it's actually like a little bit difficult than it was before, I agree with that. But you know, like my tactic when I play Imaginarium City, I usually try to spend like weak characters at the beginning. That's why I struggle a lot when I start, like up to like maybe a 5th or 6th stages. I'm actually struggle a bit. But at the end it's pretty easy because I have a lot of like kind of broken characters to use. Because like even last one, I like for me like Newlet's 1 copy left, Furina's left, Flins left, Chlorine's left, you know, like, so yeah. So yeah, let me show you like how that elemental mastery works. I can get EM from ineffa, from Sucrose, and from this set because of like double Nod-Krai characters. But I'm not going to use Sucrose and ineffa burst, nothing of them, and skill as well. I just want to use like just a second.
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
Sorry for the delay. So yeah, I'm going to use only you see like 263 elemental mastery. Let me use just like her skill. Oh yeah, and the shield, of course. I'll always save my friend's character to the last 2 bosses because usually, like, yeah, I do the same, by the way. And you know what, like Pikmin, if you ask me, I was super lucky with this lunar stuff, Arcana stages, because one of the Arcana stages was about like the enemies who, like, it's actually stage itself which drain your HP. At that stage drains your HP. That was actually crazy because I was about to use, actually I used like Flint's team. This is exactly the same team, but without Furina, with Shinchu, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was Shinchu. And yeah, I was able to kill 9 or 10 enemies, and they immediately died. After that, I noticed that the stage drains my HP, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm cooked. I don't know which one to use. And then I remembered that I have Chlorine. As you know, Chlorine can heal herself. So I used Constellation 6 Chlorine, which is like, yeah, was one of my friends. Like, let me just show her like that build. Just a second. Yeah, that Chlorine. I used that Chlorine for already like 8 times or 7 times, I don't know. Constellation 6. By the way, he's free to play, just keep that in mind. He was just crazy about Chlorine, that's why, but she's cool. Signature weapon, R1. And I would say ratio is okay. Because as you know, like she gets additional 20% crit rate out of her skill, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. It's kind of like 89 to 250. And by the way, at the end of that stage, Chlorine like was the only one who left alive. All of my teammates died. That's crazy because I haven't had any healer. I realized I haven't seen any more. For real? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, free to play is crazy. Do they have any other characters? Like, no. only one constellation. You mean if you mean like with constellations? Unfortunately, no. If you're free to play, you know, like yeah, getting constellation 6 character, it's extremely difficult. He definitely free to play. I know that for sure. So yeah, it's only C6. He didn't donate, like he haven't donated to the game like literally anything, and yeah, that's the only one. But she's crazy. Not gonna lie, she's so powerful. Again, when I do like Imaginary City, I always use like, and that Electro is there, I always use that Chlorine. She's amazing. Even though, if you remember, like, yeah, you don't remember actually, that was a long time ago. Like, I skipped Chlorine because of just a second, I'm sorry. And yeah, by the way, don't check his spy lobbies. He definitely can clear spy lobbies. He definitely can clear menacing mode. I don't know about like fearless mode, but definitely menacing mode. You know, he just like I don't know, like maybe he don't play like so much now. But again, I skipped that Chlorine because of why is it? I don't remember why. I don't regret though, because you know why? We have a lot of characters. Now I have Verisa, now I have Flins, but again, Chlorine is actually not bad. The problem is that Bond of Life. Because as you know, at the moment we have 3 characters with Bond of Life, which is Sejvin, which is Arlecchino, and which is Chlorine. And you know what the problem is? That Bond of Life on all of these 3 characters work completely different on any of them. On Sejvin it works completely different, on Arlecchino works completely different, and on Chlorine completely different. That's crazy actually, it's the same mechanic, but yeah, it's kind of like so weird to be honest. Even though, if you ask me, when they first introduced that mechanic, it wasn't kind of like weird, you know, like just imagine Bond of Life, you just like cannot be healed, etc., something like that. Because like for example, Chlorine can be healed by herself by using that skill again, you know. It's like couple normal attacks, then you use her skill and you get healed. When it comes to Arlecchino though, she can be healed only by using her burst. So yeah, that's a little bit weird mechanic, but it's cool actually. He brought something special to the game. Alright, so yeah, let me show you. So yeah, like Flins, at the moment, he has 263 EM. By using shield, I don't get any EM buff. So yeah. By using skill, I also don't get any EM buff. Oh, let me switch to the active character. But when you do some damage, you see that? I got like 120 elemental mastery out of this set. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, yes, that set, why this set is so great? This set increase elemental mastery like for all party members. Like yeah, it's like it's also increase lunar reaction damage, which is actually good for ineffa if you have her, and for Flins. But it doesn't matter like if the character on field or off field, you just get that buff. That's crazy because most of the time you get the buff for active character. So if you notice that, so yeah, the elemental mass is increased. So because of that, using, if you don't have Aino's constellation, using actually Furina, it's not a bad idea. Alright, so yeah, let's just...
Stand clear! Absorption test! Animal hypostasis!
To dust.
Strike a pose!
To be honest, I like to do ley lines. I don't know why. It's not so challenging though, but yeah.
Sand
It's mostly
detected,
like...
both on ground and airborne. Response.
Yeah, let me But yeah, just keep that in mind. This set might be useful if you have 2 Nod-Krais on a team.
Let me down.
Oh yeah, that's not my team actually. I used like yeah. Now like I can't imagine. To be honest, I can't imagine my team without Chaska now. And you know
Chamber
what?
full and ready.
Not gonna lie, but at the moment, Chaska is the only one. It's the only character which constellations I want so bad. Because Chaska with I saw the run. Chaska clear Fatui operative with Constellation 2. As that Fatui operative.
Ignorant and fun.
Let's run.
Observe. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Let me try.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up.
Lash it.
Knock them down.
Be silent. Do you fear the dark? Close your eyes. To dust. Observe.
Okay, that's ready. Okay, let's do more Stygian. And yeah, since I need to use that. Oh yeah, we have bosses by the way already. And Jahoda, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to go for Jahoda, Jahoda is good. Jahoda has some issues, to be honest. You know why? Even though she's not bad at Constellation 6, she's kinda like Aino again. Constellation 1 and Constellation 6 worth it. But she has another problems, and the problem is she is she has a lot of like long cooldowns on her skills. Yes, with the last update they just reduced that skill cooldown from 17 to 15 seconds, which is actually not bad, but again it's not enough in my opinion, you know. The problem is, if you get her Constellation 6, she's definitely better than Sucrose. And that's the point. Unfortunately it's like that. So by the way, they made Aino the same. Aino Constellation 1 is okay, but you know, you somehow can use maybe other characters with this set, you know. But when it comes to Constellation 6, yeah, no one can compete like Aino, because 35 additional lunar damage, or lunar reaction damage bonus, that's crazy, especially for Flins, especially for ineffa, for Laumas, DPS, for Nefer especially. So yeah, that's crazy actually buff. And by the way, that's significant buff. You just like notice that buff. And by the way, if you ask me, I shared my thoughts about Columbina. Columbina, as you know, definitely will get some supportive sub DPS character, and I assume that she will give more buffs at 35%. So yeah, kinda like I hope was that. We'll see though, we'll see. Let me grab a couple of these fodder artifacts. It's actually my road, which I use time to time to grab fodder artifacts.
Take me up! Giddy up! Let's fly!
Hey Shady, how are you doing? Bro, it's the Bernice White singer, bro. Bro, it's the Bernice White singer. I mean, yes, she's white, maybe. How are you doing? I don't know. White singer, why is that? Oh, you mean like, I don't know. Actually, you mean like actual, like, singer? I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, yes. If I'm not mistaken, yes, she's white. But yeah, you can check the description. Like, as I remember, I put the name into the description, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, because like people ask me about that, and I put the name into the description. So like real singer name. But yeah, that song is actually so catchy, not gonna lie. Even though many people like, yeah, they don't like the song, and I understand why, but because it might be a little bit annoying, but it's cool. It's cool. Hey Yoni, how are you doing? I'm good, how are you, Vortex? Is Furina's weapon useful on any... No, I wouldn't suggest... Oh, you got the weapon for real. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's say like that. That weapon is not bad, but... Hey Zoro, how are you doing? That weapon is not bad. You can use it because it gives you crit damage, but unfortunately, let's say like that, if you don't have any other swords to use, you can use it on characters. What I would suggest you to do though, if you have Furina and you got that weapon, you maybe like, it's not a bad idea to consider like change your Furina's build a little bit, gives her to give her energy recharge sand, right? And use that weapon, like to make her like sub DPS, a pure sub DPS character, you know. It's not a bad idea. You can do that, by the way. Yes, maybe you will lose some flexibility, you know, but if you use with a second Hydro character, you can actually fulfill her HP requirements, and also like with HP sand, energy recharge sand, you can actually get that enough energy recharge as well. So yeah, if you got the weapon anyway, in any case, like, it is what it is, it's a gacha game. Ah no, don't worry, I didn't get... Oh yeah, it's like only reason I'm not pulling... Oh, okay, I got it. So yeah, like, I still wish you best of luck, because I know you like Nefer. Oh, by the way, you have Sigewinne, right? I recently made a short video about that Sigewinne stuff, where you can use her skill, if I'm not mistaken, it's skill, and clear literally 2 diary mode stages, which is Lightkeeper and that Operative, you know that? You can use Sigewinne Jin like mechanic on that Lightkeeper as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind actually. And you have Sigewinne and you have Jin, definitely. It's super easy, by the way. It's super easy. When it comes to Fatui Operative, it's either build your pillar first, after that use Sigewinne, or... But when it comes to Lightkeeper, it's actually better to start with Sigewinne and use her skill first, you know, to bubble up that Lightkeeper. is a Natlan exploration compass? Yes, but yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes, we have that compass, but I don't use compasses at all. You know why? It's not so... Yeah, let me check that. If I'm not mistaken, I have all of them, by the way. When it comes to compasses, yeah, we have. So I have like this Luna, this is Pyro, Hydro. Yeah, Pyro, it's like from Natlan. So yeah, we have that, all of them. I always do like kind of like create all of them. And by the way, now they, as you know guys, they add some crazy mechanic to that compass. You know what? You can press a setting and enable quick swap. What is that? If you switch between regions to region, it actually automatically change your compasses if you have it. That's crazy. It's so convenient because back then we should have used that manually. We should have. He's rarely coming to stream. Maybe he's busy, but I've seen him like a lot of times other streams and like always online and Genshin. To be honest, well, which one? Zoro, like, how do you get the Natlan compass and doesn't show clues? Oh, about that, I mean, I don't know. I usually, like, you know what? I usually use like that Genshin interactive map to find Oculus. Actually, not to find them, but mark them mostly. But mark them, yes.
Let's fly.
Oh, Zoro, by the way, when it comes to Durin, like, yeah, what they did, like, what the changes they made changes to Durin. Now he's actually not bad with burning teams, especially with Kinich. It doesn't mean you can use Kinich so easy now, but it's way more convenient now to use Kinich, you know, because at the moment his buff doesn't deplete when 6 seconds passed. So you can keep that debuff function again, like consistently. It's not bad because it also applies to Alice and other characters as well. I mean, like, if their reaction is burning. As you know, like, Durin is actually must-have character if you ask me. Why is that? Because when it comes to, as you know, we have a lot of Hydro and Cryo supportive characters. When it comes to Durin though, Durin can be a great supportive character to reaction other than Hydro and Cryo related. So all of the overloaded, burning, I don't know, like whatever, pure pyro stuff, it's about Durin. So just keep that in mind. That's crazy actually. That is crazy. So if you ask, and by the way, he has pretty long time duration on his pyro application. It's about 20 seconds if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy because literally you can use any of the characters.
Take me up.
And by the way, recently we got some gameplay with Arlecchino, with Chlorine, with Verisa. You also can use Kinich now, you know? So yeah. With Lauma, by the way, Burning Lauma. As you know, Burning Lauma exists because Lauma can buff that burning stuff. Sorry about that, I just decided to farm some further artifacts, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't get the question, Pikmin. Like, how do you get the compass? Actually, getting compass is not so difficult. You just need to farm some stones. Like, yes, that's crystals. And after that, you need to just a sec. I will show you. At the moment, you cannot do second one because it's not available. It's only one you can create, but you can use that. I will show you the place. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it shows Oculus or not. We can test it. Just a second. I have a lot of Oculus right here. Just a second. Huh? Okay, let's switch this one to Compass Lunar. Oopsie. Why is that? Huh? Just a second. Oh, where's my jumping stuff? Did they? Oh no, here it is. I'm sorry. So yeah, I usually use like this one. So okay,
I'd have lost
let's
myself
check
long
it.
ago.
If I'm
I
not
allowed
mistaken,
myself to be led by the
not
whispers
currently
of
in
the
Nod-Krai.
abyss.
Oh yeah, we're in Fontaine. My bad. Oh my bad. Yeah, just let's go to Nod-Krai because I have a lot of like Oculus in here. And how you need to create that? Actually, it's easy. It's yeah, it depends on level. If I'm not, you see like at level 2, but what you need to do, you just go like to the like that Smith guy, you know, this one. And yeah, he helps you to create that stuff. Just a second. Let me just find you.
Giddy up.
You just need a couple crystals and that's it. Oh yeah, you see that? You can create all of the like yeah, I don't know why you can create second one. This is actually a bug if I'm not mistaken, because you should, maybe it's new type of compasses, but you cannot create second one. It's actually impossible. But again, you can create like any of the compasses. You see that? All of them. And let's check if you can get Oculuses. So yeah, aside from directly finding treasures, the treasure compass can also find some places or clues that might lead to the treasure. It's kind of like new function, like new, also like once your exploration abilities, once like the compass can mark clue-related hidden treasures. If you want to claim these treasures for yourself, you still need to solve the clues. Okay, compass. Oh yeah, lost oculi in the map. So yeah, before it like can mark the location of lost oculi on the map. Actually, it's crazy. You see that? You can use it. You know why is that? Let me show you something. As you know, guys, when you finish like collecting oculuses, you actually have to have at least one of them for each region. So let's say like that, if you finish that statue, like one of the animo, I have this one. I missed one Natlan, Pyro, and one from Fontaine. You know? So yeah, I maybe will use that compass to find them. Actually, it's a great idea. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Paimon. So yeah, but you can. I usually find them by using that. Yeah, back then we haven't had that compass, you know? It was actually a nightmare. You know, couple times in Inazuma, I went to the map 3 times to find all of them. That was a nightmare. After that, I started to use that interactive map. It's cool actually because you can immediately show the places with other mats, you know. But again, it's up to you. If you, for example, like play on the like I don't know, mobile phone or like portable device, like a touch, like I don't know, like AirPads or something like that. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to switch between windows again and again and again. So yeah, that compass is actually like extremely handy now. But you can. It can help you to find oculuses, etc., something like that. And how to create every smith on the map, on the region, can help you to create them. Okay, let me switch it back. Yeah, I usually use this stuff to, you know, catch the... like... I'm glad Nod-Krai compass was a lot more useful than the... No, it's not only like other like regions. No, it's not only like, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's not only like from Nod-Krai. You can use that oculuses for, you can find oculuses within other regions as well. They add that function to all of the compasses. As I know, it's like that. I just like, you know, like at the moment, by the way, I usually start like finishing the map. Oh, let's say like that, not completely. I decided to keep my maps like as you know, like I usually like clear all of the map 100%. But yeah, when it comes to Natlan, especially like this one, I keep it at 84. I will do that. But you know, like, yeah. And the same applies to this one. It's 68, 65, 71, and I'm not completely finished it, but I will start to do it on the second phase. And it's about like this stuff. As you know, guys, you can... Where is that? So yes, that's this one. You can grab like 400 Primogem. So if you clear that up to 80%. Don't forget to do that, by the way. But yeah, like they added that function, by the way, in 6.0. I mean that composer stuff. It's extremely handy, not gonna lie. You know why is that? Because when it comes to the game, like, I mean Genshin Impact, there was like, you know, like when you play Honkai Star Rail or Zenless Zone Zero, even though those games are like kinda open world in quote, they're not like kinda open world, you know. Those games don't need any compasses. You just actually can go within like places and locations, and you're ready to go. Especially in ZZZ with the last updates. But when it comes to open world games, yeah, playing without compass is difficult. In Wuthering Waves, they did a little bit difficult. If I'm not mistaken, we have compass in Wuva, but Wuva's farming is way more easy and not like in Genshin. Because in Wuva, you don't need to farm new mats for any new characters. You actually can use all mats, you know? That's super convenient. When it comes to Genshin, yes, any new character, most of them, just need new mats, new bosses, etc., something like that. In Wuva, they only add new bosses. That's it. But ordinary stuff, I mean, like, for example, like ordinary bosses, it kind of stays the same. Not always, but most of the time, you know? So you can pre-farm for the character pretty easily. They only add, for example, like we are going to get Chisa in like next patch. It's going to be in 18 days or something, I don't remember. I want to go for Chisa. So yeah, like I pre-farmed everything except some flowers. And those flowers will be available with the next patch. So it's like that. It's pretty easy in Wuva. Oh, by the way, I like the way Genshin does it, to be honest. You know why? When you level up the character extremely fast, yeah, it's kind of like bad, to be honest. It's kind of bad, in my opinion. I remember when in ZZZ, I didn't realize those boxes were like chests. Oh, you know why is that? Yeah, I like just miss. Yeah, that's alright. It's actually, you know what? It's not only you. I made the same thing a couple times as well. Because that was crazy. You know why? The graphic and artwork in that game, it's actually not bad. You just cannot realize that that's a chest. That's normal. To be honest, that's normal. That's alright. Because I missed a couple chests as well. Because let's say like that, in Genshin kinda, in Genshin is the same, but Genshin actually was the first game, let's say like that, that open world, like it wasn't first, but how to say that? Yeah, if you compare with the ZZZ, with Honkai, with other stuff, with Wuthering, yes, it was the first. So because of that, you just like saw a lot of videos, etc., something like that, and you can get that, oh, that's a chest. But in that ZZZ, that stuff, that object or whatever you call it, it actually doesn't look like a chest. So because of that, yes, it's kind of like, it was a little bit messy, not gonna lie. By the way, like, as you know, like, I did a couple videos about Arknight Endfield. Game looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Yes, they just like, I don't want to steal, let's say they share a lot of like characters, outfits, and like how they looks from other games. Because yeah, it's already like about the characters, like I have some comments about that. But again, it is what it is, like, you know, like, it's not proprietary stuff, and you can't like copy the characters, like, yeah, like, Wuva, like Genshin does the same, you know, with Verisa. As you know, like Verisa is not, it looks like to other characters so bad. Hey Tanuki, how are you doing? I got my M2 lighter and Miyabi and like her weapon. Oh, congrats, Miyabi. Miyabi's crazy. Not gonna lie, you know what? Miyabi is, let's say like that. I now play ZZZ time to time only because of Miyabi. She's. Oh, I also get like couple other other characters as well, especially that last one, which is, how's it called? I forgot the name, but yes, Miyabi is just crazy. Miyabi is just insane. Her game style and like move set is just an artwork, just amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it's just insanely crazy. Unfortunately, my builds are trash as hell because I don't understand that disc stuff. For me, it's super weird, you know. You need to play the game to get used to that. I don't play the game. The last time I logged into the game was a month ago, something like that, you know. So yeah. Why is that? I got that. How they call her? I forgot. The one who just used that scooter or something to move, you know. Anyway, so yeah, if you play the game, you know that. So I got her. I was super lucky, by the way. I won my 50-50, and after that, I kind of like, yeah, stop playing the game. Even though the game is cool, not gonna lie, that combat system is actually cool. But I prefer Wuthering Waste type and Genshin Impact. Only because of that, Arknight Enfield is actually... I also pre-registered, by the way. I would suggest you to do that, just in case. Even if you don't want to play the game, you know what might be happen. Maybe you like to game the game in the future, to play the game in the future, you know? So yeah, like pre-registration is for free, completely, you know? Why not? Just do that and keep that account. Yeah, the disc were like hard at first. To be honest, I still don't know like what's the recommendation crit ratio for the... Oh, 40. Oh yeah, about that. By the way, about that recommendation or something, they add some AI stuff to the game recently, if I'm not mistaken, and you can check recommendation within the game. That's crazy. By the way, Vuva does the same. Actually, Vuva made it even more convenient. You just like go to the menu and you check the character you want, and that's it. Even if you don't get the character, you still can check what echoes you need, what's the crit rate, crit damage ratio, energy recharge, attack, which set you need to use. That's crazy, actually, all of the stuff. And by the way, that was generated by AI, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of like stats, you know, that's statistic. In average, people use this stuff, and you need to use the same. If I'm not mistaken, they added to ZZZ as well. Because, you know, why is that? I recently, when I built some of the characters, I watched that recommendations. Okay, let's do that again. Just like the easiest one, that like Lightkeeper for me. He's the easiest one, so yeah.
The light will never die!
Be silent.
Why you hit like... Oh my god. Oh, by the way, about the Durin's area of effect.
The light will never die!
He didn't get the update, but his AoE is actually not bad. Just keep that in mind, because you know why? We got the leaks about that, and on that leaks, he was actually so clumsy, not so useful. It looks like, you know, it's not exactly like that, but it's looked like. But after that, a couple comments says that, yeah, it's like, don't be worried about that. He's actually pretty good when it comes to like that AoE. And by the way, according to that comment, he can fight again, even though he is a sword character. His dedicated attack in the supportive mode can hit Drake, flying Drake, you know. That's actually super good.
The light will never die!
Strike a pop! Animal check 6308.
Close your eyes. Night falls. Be silent.
The North wins!
That's a problem, like, you know, like, he's kind of like that cactus, you know.
The light will never die!
Animal check 6308.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
I stand against the long night and purge the dark.
If you missed couple Flins hit, you cannot
The
generate
light
some
will never
energy.
die!
Stand clear. Animal check 6308.
Close your eyes. Observe. Close your eyes.
I stand against the long night and curse the
Defensive
darkness!
mode engaged.
Stand clear.
Observe. Night falls. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark?
Annihilation mode.
Animal test 6308.
Be silent. Observe. To dust. Close your eyes. To dust.
Installation chamber.
Stand clear.
Observe. Night falls. Close your eyes.
So I cannot clear like faster than that. It's 60 seconds, like the best what I did. By the way, I used like Furina's burst to do that. Alright, so yeah, let's grab this last. By the way, don't forget about like within 10 days, it's better to like spend your residence in this domain. Because it's free. By the way, by doing menacing mode, by doing that another like hard mode, you also can grab the stuff from here. Unfortunately, I don't know why, like since beginning I'm super unlucky when it comes to that staging, like extremely unlucky. I didn't get anything useful so far, maybe like one artifact, but it was defense and that's it. So yeah, that's a tragedy.
Let's fly.
Okay, let's do what? Yeah, we can create one. And oh, by the way, can you craft like... No, you can't. Like, you cannot craft compasses in here. You need to craft like, yeah. Alright. Alright, let's do something. I don't know, like maybe some Spiral Abyss. By the way, Spiral Abyss is going to be rest in 12 days. Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh yeah, what we can do actually. Let's try, just like a try. I mean, like, yeah, it's unfortunately, it's difficult without Aino's constellation, maybe without couple signature weapons, you know. Like, yeah, I'm able to clear only diary mode like with like that Fatui, like operative, frost operative. That's it with Arlecchino. It's kind of okay. It's not so difficult. But when it comes, oh yeah, the team I used, I forgot about that. So yeah, let me just show you the team. Like I used Arlecchino, I used Bennett. Where is the Bennett, the boy? I used Kazuha and Sitlali. So yeah, this team. So you swill pirate, just don't forget about that. If you have all the same teams, like yeah. But yeah, I have 5-star weapons on my Arlecchino, on Bennett, and on Kazuha, unfortunately. So yeah, you still can use without maybe 5-star weapons on Kazuha and Bennett, but you need pretty broken Arlecchino build. Unfortunately, without that, it's a little bit difficult to do. But Sitlali's shield extremely helpful. Because when it comes to fearless mode, you can actually use overloaded teams. Against this boss, you can also use overloaded teams, and like new trick we have, it's Geo Traveler with Jin, you know? So yeah, I will do the video about that. It's not so difficult to do. So yeah, let's try this one. Again, this one, by the way, actually I can use skirk team, or maybe not skirk team, but Ayaka team. It's also possible if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but the problem is I need to use Bennett. The team is going to be like Mavuika, Shilonen, Bennett, and Ayaka or Skirk. But Skirk, you need to use a specific weapon to increase her normal attack and speed move. Normal attack speed and speed move. Without that, it's difficult.
The light will never die!
Animal test 6308.
Feel the dark! Win!
He just like, he moved when I like, oh my god. He need to do that once at least.
The light will never die! Strike them down!
Animal test 6308.
Be silent. Night falls.
I
Installation
stand
chamber.
against
Animal
the long
test
night
6308.
and purge the darkness!
Observe. Close your eyes.
Strike them down!
Ultimatum protocol. Cleanup sequence.
Absorption test.
Oh my god.
Observe. Be silent. Night falls. Observe.
I stand against the long night and
Night
purge the
falls.
darkness!
Animal test 6308.
Strike them
Be
down!
silent. To dust. Observe. To dust.
Yeah.
Shower me with praise.
Preparing for dust up.
Stand
Strike
clear.
them down!
Close your eyes. To dust.
Super
I
normal.
stand against the long night and purge the darkness!
Fear the dark.
Installation chamber.
Absorption test.
Close your eyes.
Strike them down!
Fine boy and bullshit.
Night falls.
Mining. Echoing sun.
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence.
Animal test 60.
Observe. Close your eyes. Fear the dark.
Yeah, that's the max what I can do. I mean, I can do like a little bit better than that, but yeah, like unfortunately, like lack of DPS, it's like, it's, yeah. I maybe can adjust my rotations a little bit, but it's difficult. Again, it's like kind of like difficult with this team, unfortunately. Oh yeah, maybe with a like better build, it's possible. Unfortunately, my build is not so broken. It's not bad, but again, it's not like crazy as hell, you know? Because I still need some couple better artifacts. You see that? Like... this one. But you, at the same time, need energy recharge. That's why his signature weapon is so crazy. Because his signature weapon gives you some energy recharge. Definitely R1, C1 R1 can be way more better. Constellation 1 is enough in my opinion to do that. Because yes, with Constellation 1 you just increase your DPS. Because of like, yeah. It gives you like, instead of 6 seconds cooldown, it gives you like 4 seconds cooldown, which is actually extremely cool. Okay, let's do the mod we can do. I can do. Oh yeah, I use this sim. 74 seconds. Like, yeah, it's Constellation 2, Constellation 2. It's actually like, yeah, if you have Constellation 6, at least one of them, it's possible to do better. When it comes to Electro character, you actually can use other character other than Janssen, because Janssen's buff is actually... Just a second. Janssen buff, unfortunately, it's okay, but it's, yeah, if she's not Constellation 4, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's not a waste. But the problem is, you use Janssen, right? After that, you do Electrocharge. You actually can do a little bit different. You can use Fischl first, like Arlecchino Fischl to do Electrocharge, to do Overload, my bad. Then use Chevreuse, and after that Janssen. It's actually the best way. Unfortunately, the problem is it might cause a problem for Janssen for her energy. You can do like first rotation, after that it might be a problem. So because of that, like catching particle after like Arlecchino's burst skill, it's not a bad idea. With C6, it's actually super easy.
The light will never die!
Absorption test. Animal test.
Observe. Close your eyes. Fear the dark.
I stand against the long night and burn to darkness!
Be silent. Observe. To dust. Be silent.
Time to shine.
Preparing for Duska. Defensive mode.
Animal test.
Observe. Close your eyes. Night falls. Observe. Night falls.
Cleanup sequence.
Be silent. Observe. Night falls. But it's possible to clear like better than 60 seconds, I assume.
Last.
Damn, just did that third boss with Moalani freeze team. Oh yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, like third, you mean operative? Yes, you can freeze them. You can use you know what you can do actually? Oh, just a second. You can actually like use Traveler. My god, trash after trash after trash. Okay, you can use Traveler, you can use Jean to break that shield pretty fast, but yeah, it's possible to do. Like, actually freeze teams is extremely useful against even that Lightkeeper as well, by the way. But yeah, congrats. It's possible. Like this, as I mentioned, guys, like this Stygian Onslaught, in my opinion, is the easiest one. You know why? When it comes to characters, because you can use so many different variety of teams. Like if you remember previous one, there was actually like a little bit difficult. Like let's say, yeah, this one we had like 2 DPSs. Yeah, this one was easy if you have Lauma. Even without Lauma it was possible, but again Lauma just like made it super easy. This one was a little bit annoying, you know, because it's kind of not only like DPS, it's mostly DPS check, but again, like you need like 3 shields back to back. It was possible to clear with Skirk because of her DPS, but again, you need to do that. The Skirk should be in like crazy, extremely crazy, you know. This one double DPS. I was managed to clear Darimod this one and this one, but yeah, that Drake was actually impossible because I don't have Mualani. This one was pretty annoying, you know. But this one is like the most easiest because that shield, that bar is actually easy to break, not so difficult. You can literally use Crescent Spike weapon on any polearm character. You can use Ayaka, you can use Skirk, you can use Shenling's polearm, any of the polearms. When it comes to sword characters, it's kind of like Ayaka or Skirk with that specific weapon, with the 3-star or like 3-5-star weapon, you know. But again, it's possible. Zhongli is not bad. So yeah, we have Fatui, who can be like... these two bosses actually can be defeated by Sijvin and Jin. Just keep that in mind. Diary mode, by the way. Oh, what we got? Oh yeah, just a second. I forgot about that. So now... oh, we got a wish. I can do the one wish actually, why not? Maybe I will be lucky. And we finally made it. Right? Yeah. It's the last, like... by the way, even if you get that one, it's still not a bad idea to spend your resins within this one, because every, like, 120, it gives you one additional, right? If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, every 120, it gives you one additional. For every 120... gained knowledge, you will earn an additional 5-star artifacts within this time. It's 10 days. Alright, so yeah, let's just do one more time. Yeah, maybe I will try like Dari with this one. With my Mavuika team and Bennett, like Shelonen, and that was Skirk, but I actually can use Ayaka. Ayaka is also valuable. Well, let's give it a try actually. You know why? Why not? Because if I'm not mistaken, that bar is the same. Let's just give it a try a couple times. Oh yeah, I build like it's like, yeah, that's alright.
Full throttle!
I made a mistake. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm going in! Rise with the sun!
I the
Pyroclastic
character.
surge! Incinerate! Incinerate! Light it up! Teamwork is strength! Wrath from the sky! Incinerate!
Yeah, I made a mistake already. You know why is that? You don't need to pull it to like hit. But yeah, it's possible actually. Just a second, let me give it a try again, but let me change the rotation. Because what you need to do actually, it's not like that. You need to do like different rotation with this boss. And what is that? It's better to use something like that. Oh, actually no, like you use Mavuikas and like Bennett, then Shelonen. Why is that? Because it's better to use Shelonen on Instructor set. You know? So yeah. And Bennett on Loveless. Ayaka, it's whatever. You can go actually 2-piece 2. This one actually not a great idea. Why? Let me show you why. Actually, it's better to use 2-piece emblem, 2-piece new set, which is like this one. Nod-Krai supportive set. And why is that? Because this boss set gives you energy recharge. Let's do it. if I have some trashy stuff. So yeah, it's 20. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have some broken stuff, you know. This one energy check. We can't switch that one. It's the one. This is 24, but I have 24.6 and additional, so yeah, we can do that. Just a second. So what's that? Just a second. So yeah, at the moment I have, just let's give it a try if you don't mind, guys. So yeah, I have like 298, right?
A blade
By the way,
embraces
crit
its
rate, crit
duty.
damage for
As a
supportive
jeweler
Ika
cherishes
doesn't
their
matter,
gems.
and you need to use Favonius weapon. So to like, so yeah, we can do what? Let's switch to this one. By the way, it's not leveled up completely. I may be lucky more than that, you know. 30 energy recharge. That would be my first 30, by the way. And let's do like this one. In that case, I should get like way more. Yeah, 332. Oh, that's great. And by the way, my ratio is also increased. That's crazy. Okay, let's give it a try. The more energy recharge you have, the better. By the way, this, like in this case, you don't need consistent cryo, because if you feel that bar, he gets that consistent cryo anyway. That's why Cinder City, it's completely useless against this enemy. Just keep that in mind. Using like Shilonen on Cinder City make no sense whatsoever, because you cannot activate that passive. I mean that artifact's passive.
Rev the engines!
Whirling snow!
Oh, that
Sakura
got
swirl!
so quickly.
Yeah! Take flight! Yeah! Everybody stand back!
Let's bring it! Rise with the sun! Light of the blazing sun!
I'm going in!
Breath from the sky! Burn it down!
Can we do circle?
Teamwork is
No, it's impossible. And by the way, I messed up now. You know why is that? You can do, actually you can do 3 times, but if you do, like at the beginning, you need to hold that Mavui, because you don't need to top it, because if you top it, she hits the enemy, you see, with that pyro, and that's a problem. You need to hold it to get into that bike mode, and you need to do the same in the middle of the fight.
Full throttle! Bring it!
my apologies!
Yeah.
Pardon my...
Sorry guys. Last time I'm just like
Try stop!
Whirling snow! Embrace the ice! I'm going in!
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate!
oh my goodness.
Everybody stand!
Wrath from the sky! Incinerate! 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 Rev the engine!
How annoying! Take flight! Kami Santaraj! Sumetsu! I will not stand for this!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Rise with the sun!
Yeah, that's hard.
Pyroclastic surge!
long to go, to be honest.
Incinerate! 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 Burn it down!
Whirling snow!
Anyway, I need to clear that shield a little bit faster, I assume, because like yeah, without that it's actually impossible. I mean, to feel that bar faster than that. But yeah, you need to practice a little bit, and that's it. Because Ayaka can use that Skyward sword actually. You know why? Because that sword actually increases movement speed and attack speed. Might be useful, but most of the hits comes out of a burst. Just keep that in mind. Because of that, so yeah, that energy recharge might be extremely useful. But again, it's possible with this team. It's also possible to do actually with maybe with Sitlali TDD, yes. I will try to do that as well.
The light will never die!
Strike a pose!
Light
Stand clear!
the North wins!
Be silent. Observe.
I stand against
Night
the long
falls.
night and purge the darkness!
Insulation chamber.
Absorption test!
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust. Observe. Night falls.
Defensive mode engaged. Annihilation mode.
Stand clear!
Be silent. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Absorption test!
Ultimatum protocol.
Observe. Close your eyes.
Yeah. I maybe can do like better than 60 seconds, but yeah, it's better to do that like off camera. No luck whatsoever, just trash after trash. That's crazy actually. Alright, so yeah. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, let's do that strongbox. And maybe that's it for today. And I hope no more changes to Durin, because yeah, at the moment Durin actually looks extremely good. If like you must go for him, I would say you can. Again, as I mentioned earlier, like he might be a little bit early for his time. You know why is that? Because at the moment we don't have so many Hexenzorkel characters. Mona and Mono, Sucrose and Albedo maybe is the only ones who can be useful. Yes, you can use Razor as well, but other characters it's kind of like, yeah, maybe Klee, maybe it's possible, but Klee is like, yeah, maybe there's a few, because Klee will get some Hexenzorkel buffs as well. Okay, when it comes to this set, I maybe will do Arlecchino set. You know why? We don't have a Skirk set, so yeah, the only one. So many trashes. No, I'll keep that, but yeah, again, it's crit rate. Unfortunately, crit rate is not so useful. Yeah. Super unlucky actually, like it's like for 6 days back to back I literally got nothing from that Stygian. I don't like to do Stygian because you know why? It's kind of like, yeah, they made it now like kind of like, you know, it's kind of like inflation. You know why is that? Because before that each fragile resin cost you 40 resins. Now it's 60. Back then, by the way, like the more runs you do, the better chances to get 2-in-1, you know, additional piece. like in overworld. Now it's 60 and you do like couple runs. Yes, it's fast when it comes to runs, but it's like, yeah, not so practical, I would say, you know. Only because of that, by the way, if you notice, I change my, like, I usually like keep something. Now I use all of them. And like the next day, I usually do 20 by 20 by 20. Now it's more convenient, in my opinion. So yeah, but that's it. So yeah guys, thanks for joining. I will be online on Wednesday. We'll see. Because, yeah, maybe they will do something they will add to the game. Because at the moment, the only thing we can do is like that Miliastra. Damn bro, that's crazy actually. But again, it's Stygian and Miliastra. And don't forget about like Collei. We should get the event, like main event,
I'm a little out of practice
which
these
gives us a
days.
Collei for free.
Any
So yeah, if
conflicts
you want
around?
Collei and you don't know if you should go for this one, but yeah, for this constellation, no need to go for that. So yeah, we will get one Collei for free
Mood for some
out of event.
peacemaking.
Okay guys, so yeah, thanks for joining once again and bye bye guys, bye bye.
16. That's a nice haul.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within is tougher.
I will make it better.